That was cheesy. Hi guys, this is Charles Kim from the K Group Real Estate, and welcome to another episode of KGTV. And today we're going to talk about 5 tips on how to sell your home for maximum dollars. 2020 was crazy, and 2021 is, once again, it's going to be crazy because interest rates are low. You got 30-year fixed mortgages, 30 years for 2.5%. That's historically, that's like the lowest it's ever been. Now that, in addition to low inventory, it's a great time for sellers. So this video is going to be tremendous for sellers out there. And also, if you can just help us out by hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, so then you can be aware of what we post from now on. If you're looking to buy, yes, it's going to be challenging, but if you're looking to sell, it's an amazing time to sell. Interest rates are low, inventory is low, home prices are high, so it's a great seller's market. So if you're thinking of selling your home, this video is going to be very important for you. Why? Because obviously when you sell, you want to make sure you get the most money for your home, because all those years of putting work into the home, you want to make sure you get the most return on your investment. Number one is, most important, is finding the right real estate agent. Now, there's people that want to sell by themselves or sell by owner, FSBO. All power to you, but there's a lot of difficulties if you have never done it before. But if you have done it before, great. This video is still helpful to you because you get to understand what realtors really do behind the scenes. Because a lot of times people don't understand why they have to pay us a commission of 6% or 4%, whatever it is that realtors charge. Let me break it down for you so then you will really get to appreciate us and also see what really happens behind the scenes. So you're not just saying, oh, they just take money and then run with it, because that is not true. There's a lot of work that goes on. There's a lot of timing, a lot of practice to get it perfected and to make sure the house sells without any hiccups and also for the highest price. Finding the right real estate agent. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can ask your friends, family, coworkers, and ask them if they have an agent that they've used before and if they have good experiences. But then you need to do your due diligence to research to make sure that agent has very good reputation, and that you can do from Zillow. You can always search for an agent's name to make sure they have 5-star reviews and that they have a lot of experience in not just buying, but selling or listing a property on the market, because it's completely different between buying and selling. So you want to find an agent that knows your neighborhood, and maybe they have a listing that they've sold before that's in your neighborhood, and that's really what you want, because then they already know all the benefits and the positives of your community. Now you can do that by looking at their Zillow reviews and Zillow past history, and you can see what homes they sold in the past. And that's one good way to make sure that you identify the right agent. And then you want to also find out what kind of services they're going to provide. And obviously the commission structure is important. Now you can negotiate your commission. Some agents will charge 6%, but 3% goes to them, 3% goes to the buyer agent. Some agents will charge as low as like 4%. I mean, there are some, depending on the price of the home, that can vary. Number 2, preparing your home to sell. Now, if your home is older, you might need to do a lot more work. You have to do renovations, you have to do updates, you have to paint.
Change the carpet, change out the kitchen, bathroom, and things like that.
Then you want to start your preparation months in advance, because it takes months to prepare your home to do renovations. And an agent can also help with that too. If you want to sell in the spring, then you want to start working on it in the winter time. So find an agent in the winter, get your house prepared a couple months in advance to be ready to be listed on the market in the springtime, because spring is usually the peak market. A good agent, they will also provide you with recommendations on the color of the paint to choose. They will also provide you maybe little tips on how to get the house ready. For example, like staging, maybe moving around some of your existing furniture or switching out some of the furniture colors. So you want to make the house neutral and you want to attract it to masses. So if you have a good agent, they'll give you advice on little things, cosmetic changes that you can make that will have big bang for your bucks. So like
chandelier, light fixtures, doorknobs, paint, carpet.
Things like that. First impression is the last impression when it comes to a house. Photos It's got to look good. If your photos don't look good, then nobody comes to your house, then nobody's going to put an offer. So you got to make sure home is staged perfectly, the photos come out perfectly, the lighting, everything has to work out perfectly. So you definitely want to depersonalize your home. You want to declutter. You want to get rid of everything much as possible and keep it simple and almost looking like a model home. And then the agent will provide you tips on the outside, curb appeal, how to make sure the house looks good. Tip number 3 is timing. Timing is really critical and important when it comes to real estate. Spring market is always going to be the peak of the market. But however, depending on the situation, right now, there's not enough homes. So it's a great time to list at any time, pretty much. What you want to do is list your property on the market as coming soon. And you can do this for up to 21 days on the MLS. And this is important because then it allows buyers to see your house is going to be on the market in 21 days. And maybe they wanted to submit an offer on this other house that looked decent, but then they saw your house coming to the market. And they say, okay, let's hold off on that one. Let's wait till your house comes in the market. And then that way you will increase your chances of getting multiple offers. And what's critical in timing is listing your house in the market on Thursday evening. Many agents don't follow this rule. I don't know why. Sometimes the sellers don't listen to the agents. But when you do that, you'll get a whole bunch of offers to come on Monday evening. And then between those multiple offer situations, you'll have escalation clauses that's going to drive up the price of your home. Number 4, you want to see what homes are selling for because you don't want to market yourself too low or too high. Getting a CMA, comparative market analysis. If you list your home a little bit low, that's fine. You probably end up getting multiple offers and it's going to drive up the price. But if you price your home too high, then you're going to have a problem. Then people are going to say, well, I feel like the house is priced too high compared to other homes that sold in the neighborhood or in the area. So then no one's going to submit an offer. Then you're at a situation where the home sits in the market and becomes stale inventory. And that's the last thing you want as a seller because psychologically, other buyers are going to think, oh, what is wrong with that house? Real estate is a very psychological transaction. So if they feel like something's wrong with that house and then nobody's submitting an offer, then they're not going to submit an offer as well. Or buyers will just be a little bit suspicious about your home and they will try to lowball you or bring that price down to what they feel like is a good price. And if you don't have any other offers and you only have one offer on the table, then the buyer is going to try to negotiate and they are going to have a leverage, especially in Virginia, because it's a buyer beware state and they will have contingencies to make sure they can back out so they don't lose anything. The risk is on the seller, where if they back out, it looks bad. On their MLS record, everything is tracked, so then people will see, oh, somebody backed out of that house. Then the next buyer is going to say, there must be something wrong with that house if the previous buyer backed out, so I'm going to submit a lower offer. So what you want to do is make sure, using the comparative market analysis, you want to price your home just right at the right price where you'll get multiple offers and it won't be sitting on the market for too long. Now, last tip number 5 is getting multiple offers. Now, if you follow steps 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much 5 is going to come through automatically. So the reason why you want multiple offers is because you want that escalation addendum to kick in and raise the price of your house by multiple offers, doing a bidding war. I mean, we've seen cases where the home prices have gone up $100,000 in the $1 million home category. This happens all the time in this area right now. And on top of that, you want the contingencies waived. You got the home inspection, appraisal, and financing. A buyer that's really motivated will say, I don't want to put any contingencies. I'm going to put large down payment, or maybe buy with cash. That's even great. Then that means as a seller, your risk is really low, and that's what you want. And once again, when you have multiple offers, you get to pick to see who has the strongest financials, and you want to pick somebody who has a large down payment. Now, with the multiple offer situation, you also have the option as a backup offer. So when you have like 10 offers on the table and you're working with offer number 1, there is a chance, there is a way that they can back out. So you always want to have a backup offer. You have flexibility on when you want to settle and when you want to move out. Ideally, if you want to buy and sell at the same time, a lot of times sellers don't know where they want to move to, or maybe they do. But either way, you want to have that flexibility on settlement date. Like let's say you want to settle in 30 days or 45 days, and then you can work that out with a buyer when you have multiple buyers. the buyers are sometimes willing to sacrifice their situation so that the seller can have an easier situation on their timing on when they want to settle, when they want to move out. And on top of that, sometimes you get free rent back benefit for the seller because one, they get to sell their house, they get the cash they need for the next home to put the down payment on, and then they also have like another 30 to 45 days to make sure that house is ready before they move in. So there you go, folks. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and also turn on the notifications so that you'll get notified whenever you see a new video from us. And by doing that, you will also help support the YouTube community and then allowing this video to better help other people as well.